Good morning, church family. I'm Joan Johnson. I'm going to be doing 2 Peter chapter 1. Peter had written his first letter to believers in Asia Minor who were suffering, and he was encouraging them to persevere and find hope in the midst of this persecution and suffering. He wrote this second letter to the same believers, and this time Peter wrote of internal rather than external threats. Peter states in verse 14 that the Lord has let him know that he's going to be dying soon. What would you say to friends and family if you knew that you were facing death? Peter, knowing his death was imminent, wanted to share some important instructions with believers in this second letter. And they are, 1, to share important instructions on how to stand firm in the faith. 2, to arm themselves with knowledge and good character. 3, to understand that the gospel is fact and not a myth. 4, to avoid being taken in by false prophets and doctrines. And 5th, to be assured of Christ's return. This first chapter of 2 Peter covers the first two instructions: how to stand firm in the faith and to arm themselves with knowledge and good character. Under the inspiration of the Holy Spirit, 2 Peter 1:3-4 says, "His divine power has granted to us all things that pertain to life and godliness, through the knowledge of him who called us to his own glory and excellence, by which he granted us his precious and very great promises, so that through them you may become partakers of the divine nature, having escaped from the corruption that is in this world because of sinful desire." Wow! We Christians may become partakers of the divine nature. What has Christ granted us? All things that pertain to life and godliness. What has Christ called us to? His own glory and excellence. What has he made us become? Partakers of the divine nature. And from what has he made a way for us to escape from? From the corruption of the world because of sinful desires. In summary, we now have the Spirit of Christ. His divine nature is living in us. And we are to put off our old nature and submit to the new nature of Christ in us. Peter lists this progression of qualities, starting with faith and ending with love. This process is called our sanctification. Faith is a gift, and these virtues are the fruits of his Spirit living in us. May you be thinking, like Peter, what you would want your loved ones to know as you face your death. Have a good day, church. Love you.